Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Take.
Welcome
back to Average Take!
Yes, sir.
Oh, loud warning, loud warning. Holy smokes, my ears on fire after
First
that
time off the live
Had
since
to-
starting it.
Had to let you guys know where we
Yes.
were at. Where we were
Welcome
at.
back.
Where we be.
Where we've been is a new
Live
app.
on radio.
We are live.
Hopefully
we
you've
are-
been there.
Live Monday, 8 o'clock, Wednesday, 8 o'clock for a half an hour on the Bench Sports app. If you have an iPhone, you can download the app. If you do not have an iPhone, there's a hyperlink that you could use and you could listen to the podcast. So
Yeah, if you guys
Download it.
can't get
tune
enough of
in.
us, we are live every week now, 2 times a week. Gonna tune in. If you can't get enough of us, we will also be posting on YouTube our normal stuff every week. Don't trip.
yeah,
But
we just had to get used to the live, and so that's where we've been. But now you guys are caught up on the information. If you love us, Monday,
Back
Wednesday,
to business.
8 o'clock Pacific Standard
Bench
Time.
Sports app.
Be there or be square.
Yeah. All right. On with the news. Players of the week: Shohei the Gardener Otani.
Who?
Show 22.
The Gardener, straight up. Guy rakes and shoves and continues to do it. The man is starting in the All-Star game at DH, and he's also a reserve pitcher, the first player all time to make the All-Star game as 2 positions.
Ranked number 1 in home run derby.
Ranked number 1 in home run derby. Guy has the most homers in the league. How can't you be?
Look at our stat guy.
Absolutely killing it.
And
My
then
number 1.
our other player of the week was Ozzy Albies. Had a great week. Had one of those unreal games when they scored 20 runs. He had like 8 RBIs or something like that.
And they just scored 14. The Braves literally have scored like 40 runs the last week.
But still,
Why the
sitting at
Padres giving up
500.
40 runs?
They're only sitting at 500 baseball though.
Thanks, Paddock.
Well, Roman dipped into the home run derby a little bit as we're talking about Shohei Otani as the number 1 seed. We got the Homer Derby bracket was released last night. And if you
I'm
didn't see
taking
it,
them all the way.
if you didn't see it, we'll give it to you up
Live.
and personal. Number 1, the leader in the long balls, Shohei the Gardener Otani.
Let's go.
In the 8th seed, we got one of the young studs of the league, Juan Soto.
Barely slid in. Lucky
Then we
top.
got at the 4th
He was a
seed,
walk-on.
we got Salvi Perez
Not bad.
facing off against the 5th seed, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is the current champion and is looking
Holding
to
the belt.
retain his championship Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Won't happen. Won't happen.
Then on the other side of the bracket, we got the 2 seed Joey Long Ball Gallo. We
He's not your
got
dog? He's not your dog anymore.
going against
It's coming later. Don't worry.
Trevor Story, the hometown kid, the Colorado boy, the man who built the Rocky Stadium.
Boo! That guy stinks. Not even make it out of the first round.
I messed
Only
up
guy
on
with home field
that.
advantage.
One and a barbecue. See ya.
Then we got the 3 seed Matt Olson taking on the 6 seed comeback player of the year, Trey Mans.
Good matchup.
Great matchups around the
Not
board.
bad.
You know, this is going to
Not
be
bad.
a fun one to watch. You got a lot of big name guys, a lot of team guys. Like if you think about a team right now, you're thinking, oh, Shohei Ohtani, the Angels. Mike Trout's hurt. You got the biggest name guy. Think about the Nationals lineup. You're thinking Juan Soto.
Kyle Schwarber probably. Kyle
Schwarber's
Schwarber.
IL. He won't be here. I think Juan's taking a spot. He's taking
Honestly.
Schwarber power from him.
Yeah, he goes from a 3 seed to an 8 seed.
Happens. You got the lonesome hero Salvi Perez of the 2015 World Series championship team. You got
Andy Mad.
last year's champ, or not last year's, but the year before's champ, the current reigning. And you got Joey Gallo, the only name in Texas right now. Seems like
Only name in Texas.
Joey Gallo, baby.
biggest name on the
Easy
Rockies.
winner.
Trevor Story.
Who?
Story, the free agent at the end of the year.
Trevor Story.
Who's the Rockies?
Yeah, worst team in baseball. But like you said, you were telling me the Rockies do have one of the best home records in the league.
Yeah, that's the most incredible stat I've ever. The Rockies are 6-33 on the road and 33-17
Wow.
away. I mean, at home.
Wow.
They have 6 wins on the road.
The
How
home
bad can
kid-
it be?
The home kid, Trevor Story, that
They
might
miss it.
bleed
They
into
love
it.
their stadium.
Home field advantage.
Then you got one of the big power guys over there in Oakland, Matt Olson, great first baseman
Yeah.
for the A's, Gold Glover. And then you got one of the best stories in baseball, Trey Mancini coming back after having cancer, playing his heart out, sitting at the 6th seed.
In bombs.
It's going to be a fun one. There's a good storyline behind this, and I'm really excited. Monday night, we will most likely be live either at the end of the Home Run Derby or probably right after.
Yep.
So you'll be able to see our live reactions to.
You might even just commentate it.
Yeah,
Yep.
good. We might end up at the end of it commentating for the championship.
Back.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that, bro. I
Wow.
miss that.
My
Yeah.
go-to.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get right into the league.
Roman, pick a division.
Any
Pick
division?
one. Any of them.
We're going NL Central.
Woo! Wow. The NL Central is sitting perfect right now. The
All
Brew
right.
Crew is up 6 games on the somehow second place Cincinnati Reds. The Cardinals and the Cubs continue to just tread right around 500. Not sure where they're headed. They have no idea where they're going. A lot of guys injured, a lot of guys not performing at all. But I love the NL Central. I think the Brewers are about to run away with it. And I'm waiting. Yelich just needs a click,
yeah.
and I think that lineup and that team is solid because they definitely have the best pitching in baseball. I'll say it. They have the best pitching in baseball.
Reds sitting 6 behind. Nick Castellanos is killing it, but
Leads
not
the league in
enough.
doubles.
Not enough for that team, it looks like.
Yeah, I can tell you what the Cubs are feeling. The Cubs are smelling a trade or 5 of them. Holy smoke.
Just like they smell a loss or 10 of them.
In a row.
Yep,
Yeah, something like that.
crazy.
Cubs, had a no-hitter. We thought that was going to be the turnaround. Lost so many games now since then. It's been so ugly. So I think
Kimbrel gone. Smell ya, Kimbrel. Do I smell a reunion back in San Diego?
I kind of like that.
Not mad at it. We're not mad at it.
I'm not mad, but I also smell another reunion in Boston, which I'm pissed about. Which I can see that happening, and I'm very angry if that happens.
I can see that happening as well. All right, I'm going to bring to you another division, the other
Wait.
Central. Oh,
Back to the Reds. Back to the Reds.
back.
Back to the Reds. Sonny Gray
Oh
just
yeah.
pitched a crazy game yesterday.
Back
and then
on the
today,
IL.
back on the ILs. First
Back on the IL.
first start from the IL. 7 innings, 2 runs,
One changed uniform.
IL. 1 change uniform. Apparently, there's a story leaked. He didn't like
Not
how he was
leaked.
feeling.
He said
He
it in
did
the
it.
interview.
True. This is not a story.
Yeah, leaked. He apparently leaked this story about himself that went to the locker room, got completely naked, put on a new pair of underwear, new pair of pants, new jersey, whatever. Went back out, shut down
Shoved.
9 straight batters in a row. That's 3 innings, and he was already in like the 3rd inning, so that was 6. He went 7. First game back off the IL, and now he's back to the IL.
Yeah.
Hate
All
to
right.
see it.
I'm moving on from that Central to the next.
The
We got
next.
the White Sox taking an 8-game division lead on their division, and the Indians.
Oh,
The Indians
yeah.
are the only team close, and for them to be 8 games, lost 9 straight, terrible. And I think this is kind of unreal for the White Sox because they have dealt with some of the worst injuries this season. They have like 5 of their best players on the IL.
Yep.
You know, they lost Eloy, they lost
Fuck Eloy.
Jose Abreu, their second baseman. What's his name? The new
Madrigal.
yeah,
Oregon State Beaver alum, baby.
yeah. Then they just lost the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. You know, so they've dealt with a lot, and for them to be 8 games in first place, have that
They
much
got
of
it in the
cushion.
bag. They
you
got
know,
it in the bag.
It feels that way. Eloy is supposed to be coming back soon. He's starting to rehab, so they'll get him back. But from now, they got a nice cushion. You know, hopefully they don't rush their players back because they obviously don't need it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That division's weak anyways. Twins down bad, last place, the worst team in MLB, besides the Orioles, but still.
I'm glad I called that right there.
Twins, sellers, hunted P at the deadline.
100 people.
I don't even know if people want their vets because their vets are so bad right now.
No, sir. I heard Toronto Blue Jays, that jersey you're wearing could be a one Mr. Mash at 50 years old. Can you tell me who that is? Their 50-year-old DH? Can you see him in that uni right there? Because I'm hearing everyone call on him right now.
Looks just like me, guys. Looks just like me.
Fake news.
You look nothing
Nelson
like
Cruz.
Nelson Cruz. Okay, holy cow. I was waiting for you to say it. I was leading it to you.
Holy shit.
You
That was
missed
a joke.
3 lobs. Well, Nelson Cruz,
3 lags.
I'm hearing man is wanted and bad. 1-year
Cool,
contract.
keep him in the AL. See
Yeah,
you
oh
later.
yeah, you have to
Okay.
keep him in the AL. Have to.
Have to.
All right. Astros, 4.5 game lead on the A's. They just went on a nice winning streak. Lost last night, but still have a nice cushion going into the All-Star break of 4.5.
But they could lose it. A's tend to get hot. And
Yeah,
when they get
A's-
hot, they get really hot. So
A's need to make a couple moves, man.
hopefully they
But
don't get too comfy.
yeah,
Astros, I think Astros are by far the best team in that division right now.
oh yeah,
By far?
Yep.
and
By
I
far.
don't even think they got the best staff. They
Wait
don't-
till Verlander comes back
if and when.
If and
with
when.
sticky stuff because he's gonna be bringing that shit back.
Well, the Astros have both Carlos Correa and Jose Altuve sitting the All-Star game. Jose Altuve said that he believes the Astros can win and wants to rest and get ready for the second half, as Carlos Correa
Not true.
has a pregnant wife and a baby on the way.
On the
Jose
way.
Altuve is just scared of the turmoil that will happen when he just shows up to Coors Field and acts like nothing happened. People will literally probably throw beers at him, bongs probably because they're in Denver. I don't know. They're gonna throw all sorts of things at this guy, and he's saying that it's for his team is bullshit.
I don't know. I think he's a team player. He always
not
has
sure.
been. And honestly, I kind of
And-
am starting
and
to
one
give
more thing.
respect.
Nobody's going
Right,
to those games, the All-Star game, to look and watch Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa. Nobody really gives a shit about them. Nobody wants to go see them. No one's buying tickets to go watch them.
A lot of people are Astro fans.
Smart decision by them by taking that move.
I honestly give respect if you could still be an Astro fan after everything that happens. Respect to you for sticking with the team because you've been shunned in baseball for the last couple years. So good
Yeah.
for you if you're sticking with them. But I'm
Never
not a fan.
forget.
I'll
Never
never be a fan.
forget. Never forget.
All right. Well, we got the Mets up 4 in
One of the hardest divisions out there.
or one of the
Worst
just
divisions.
weakest divisions. This division was such a high hope in our eyes before the season. The
Yep.
rosters looked stacked. The teams looked good, but they just haven't played that well. I mean, the Mets are playing the best, and it's still not that great. Like they have,
Nationals just beat us.
yeah. I mean,
Cool.
we'll get split the series tonight.
The
But-
Marlins are about to beat the Dodgers.
Marlins did. I think they won 3.
So what's going on here? Question marks.
I mean,
Or are you trying to say the
10
NL East is
games.
powerhouse? They're powerhouses now?
It's like a
I'm
10-game
just-
difference
It's I know.
in
I'm
wins
just
right
saying.
now. And
I think
runs
everybody's
scored.
just giving up.
The
for
best
All-Star
team
break.
with the run scored in that division is like the Marlins, I
The
think.
Marlins, they have the best run differential in that
Yeah.
division.
And the worst record by far. So this division's weird, ugly, weak, and honestly,
Not even
Don't
scared of them in the
care.
playoffs. Not even scared of
Yeah,
them in the
you-
playoffs.
you can't
Whoever comes
really
out of the NL East,
Don't care
We-
about them.
this is like the NL West in like the late 2000s, winning the division 82 and 80, 81 81, some weak ass shit.
yeah, that's what we'll definitely be seeing one of those this year.
What about a more close division? Boston and the Rays right behind them, 2.5 games.
Yeah, that's the only two teams that are doing good in this division because the
Yep.
Yankees suck. I'll say it again, suck.
Let me spell it out for you.
Bad.
SUCK. Suck. The Yankees blow, suck, terrible.
Terrible.
Yankees, is it time to sell or time to fire the manager?
Neither. They already dig their own grave. They can't go any more deeper. They're already 6 feet under. They got the biggest contracts linked to the most terrible players, and that just goes to show you that's 500 to baseball, baby. That's what you get to get. Money can't always buy you winning teams when you invest in the wrong people.
Yeah,
New York's in old school baseball,
They've
old school baseball mind.
and they keep these old guys like Brett Gardner. He's not going to bring you nothing to the team anymore. You got to move on. They don't draft well anymore. They're not signing international players as much. They trade their prospects for older vets, and it's
And
just
this is what it gets you. This is what it gets you right now.
yeah.
And
This is the end of the road of
they're
what
too
that
ego
team-
based.
End of the road.
They're too ego based. Or the big bad Yankees. We have the most money, the most World Series rings. We can do whatever we want. And then they just continue to just miss playoffs, lose to the Rays, lose to the Astros, lose to literally every team
Red
that's
Sox.
ever. Yeah, they just continue to lose. They make playoffs and they're happy with that, and then lose. And I can't wait. Maybe they'll make the playoffs this year, and then they'll run into a smoking hot Padres team in the World Series and lose again. Like that's just how that's happened.
The Yankees probably won't even make playoffs unless they make one of the biggest deals probably ever, like the Red Sox to the Dodgers, sending them Agon and Carl Crawford, all that.
And the Yankees are so home run based is that when they don't hit home runs, they don't score runs, and hitting home runs is kind of hard.
Like today they lost to Seattle 4-0.
Shut out. Yankees suck. Let me say it again. Yankees suck.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Joey Gallo. He hit 10 home runs in 10 games. He's ready for the home run derby.
Joey Gallo is gravy.
Gravy, but he's not going to win the Derby. Sorry.
Yes, he is, and I can't wait to see him in a Pods uni.
Shohei 22.
AJ Preller literally drafted him. He's kind of AJ Preller's first babies of the MLB, and I might as well bring him home for a reunion on your way to a dynasty incoming in San Diego.
I would absolutely love to see Gallo in a Padres jersey.
And the Padres are at the point in this franchise where we don't need to hodl all of our prospects anymore. You know, we have a lot of talented prospects who sucks to see them go, but like in exchange for big league talent, I would like to see that happen a lot more than like it has in the past. I think a solid big league player is better than a prospect every day of the week, you know? He's already in the big
100%.
league.
100%.
And I think that has to be the Padres mindset now going into this trade deadline.
Definitely. And speaking of the Padres, they got an MVP on their hands. That's all I got to say. Fernando Tatis will be a top 2 MVP this year, and he's not going to be 2.
He's not going to be 2?
Top 2, not 2.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Nope.
Before the All-Star break, he's
Yep.
batting .297, 27 homers, 58 RBIs, 19 stolen bases.
19 stolen bases.
I need one more for a 2020 season.
Yeah.
Jacob deGrom is drafted shortstop who throws gas and leading the league in Ks probably.
I mean, DeGrom is definitely, he's leading the league in ERA.
ERA,
His big
that's
one
what it
is.
was. Yeah.
And he's up there. But in my eyes, pitchers only pitch once every 5 days. They have their own award. It's not as significant because they are not as significant as 1. 5 starting pitchers, yes. 1 is not as significant. I'm giving the MVP, definitely the first half MVP, to Fernando Tatis.
With how many errors he has, bro.
Well, you have to look at errors that are forced, errors that are plays that he should have just held up or he's trying to make a play, or errors that are by another player or someone who's not given their all.
No one even looks at errors anymore. They just care about war.
People
It's just
definitely
about
look
war.
at errors.
War.
But
War.
he's
Defensive war.
22.
It's defensive war.
How many times are you going to say it?
That's all people say is war, war, war. That's all I see. Terrible. Hate war.
What I was trying to say is he's literally 22. Myself, I don't care about the errors as much. You know, like, yes, errors suck and some lead to losses. But right now, I mean, what this kid's doing offensively and defensively helps this ball club more than it hurts. And that's what I'm going to put at that. You know, Ozzie Smith, one of the greatest shortstops all time, had like 25 for his first 3 years every year. So I'm not going to be a downer about it. I would like to see it get better, and I hope the second half of the season it does get better. But what he's doing on the other side of the ball is unbelievable. He's top 10 RBIs. He's first in the NL in homers. On the NL side, he's just far above the rest of the crowd. And so I'm going to give it to him right now. And this Padres team is lucky to have him. Definitely lucky to have him.
Yeah, hella. And going back to the errors part, a lot of them are what I like to call like aggressive errors. You know, he's trying to make a play that he's trying to really see. He's like, really, how good can I be? How good am I? And he just is too aggressive. And I think playing more games gets him a little bit more baseball IQ. And I think that will errors will go down the more he plays.
DeGrom's batting average is .364.
And
How many
45 at-bats.
20 at-bats.
Literally.
Still, though, he's helping out on both sides
That's
of the
what you
ball.
were looking for?
I was digging hard. I couldn't find it, bro.
He also gave up a home run to Luis Urias. So
We got one home run. Only one. Tatis is
Not-
giving up 11 errors.
doesn't matter when, matters who.
Okay.
One thing I want to add to Tatis is I want to see more triples, buddy. It's one part of the game I love.
Can't. They're either home runs or doubles.
Home runs or strikeouts.
No, home runs or doubles.
Home runs
That's
or
it.
strikeouts.
Yeah, he does strike out a lot.
Home runs or strikeouts with that guy.
Home runs and doubles.
Well, it's not homers or strikeouts because he has a 300 average. Manny Machado has been hot the last couple of weeks. The last month hitting like a 350. He's brought his batting average to 273. Leads the team in RBIs. I mean, hey,
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
you gotta love it. He's second in the team in
Padres are
walks.
so losing.
Probably leads the team
They're
in
losing.
fielding percentage.
They're losing
So
because
annoying.
of pitching right now. And I mean, yes, it does have to do with not scoring, but they score a lot. And the games that we keep losing are these blowouts to start off.
Blowout.
You give up
Thanks,
5
Paddock.
in the first inning, everyone on the whole field is going to hang their head and say, fuck. We got to score 5 just to refresh, to restart. And we have been dropping some of these clunkers. We had a hard road trip, a weird weather road trip.
Yep.
So,
But it's
only
also
going to get better.
These guys are literally just dying for the All-Star
yeah.
break. They need this All-Star break, but
Everybody needs a break.
that
Right?
shouldn't
when
be
you-
like an excuse.
when you got a vacation in
like
2
they're getting
weeks,
senioritis. They're getting senioritis
Yes.
on the baseball field.
you got a vacation planned in 2 weeks, like, man, that vacation's so close. As soon as I get to that day, I cannot wait. That's what they're feeling. They're feeling they're 5 days away, a week away, whatever, from having a week off of this long season. Some
Yeah.
players are going to the All-Star game and they're going to enjoy it. Some players are probably going to go have a nice, relaxing 5 days and not think about baseball for 1 second of it.
The season was over last year at this time.
Oh, yeah, way over. We only
Yeah.
got 60 games.
60
We're like
games
80,
last year.
90
People
deep.
are dead tired right now. We need a break.
This is a huge break for the team, every team. So that's what I have to say. I do want the pitching to get better. Like, I'm a little bit over Chris Paddock right now.
Send his ass to Texas.
I think that Chris should get one more opportunity after and then build off that. If that one opportunity is like it was last night, I'm saying AAA it is. Pull up 4.
No, I want him, Paddock, Camp, and Means. We have a guy in John Means or something. Not John Means.
John Means on the Orioles.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. He's an outfielder, but Josh Means, I think his name is. He's an outfielder. Send
Mears.
him to Texas. Mears. Send him to Texas for Kyle Gibson, Joey Gallo. Literally full package right there.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Not
I
the
just have a
worst.
weird feeling that Chris Paddock's going to go somewhere and just absolutely shove.
Why doesn't he shove with us then? It
Yeah.
makes no
I
sense.
don't know.
They're facing the same hitters.
I don't know,
Exactly.
but I mean, maybe it's worth it. Maybe you try. I don't know, but something you got to think about coming up because we got to win, and I know Mad Max would love to come win.
Yeah, or send him to Washington. I don't care.
I mean, at this point,
I'd rather get pitching than hitting right now for the Padres.
yes,
For the long term and the short term.
My ideal situation right now is when Lamet is healthy, is to send him to the bullpen, and I think that for the rest of the season, he should do it. I think that's going to give him time off of his arm. It's not going to be as much use. It's only going to be probably like, 30, 40 pitches an outing. Go 2 innings, 6, 7 if we have to, piggyback someone. I don't think that his arm could take starting and trying to go deep into games. We're too late to try to be playing these reindeer games, as Jason likes to say.
These Rangers.
Mid-season, like it's over the try and the work on period. It's like we have to start winning games. Once you get to the All-Star break, it's take shit serious.
We could have took the division with these last couple series.
Yeah, yes and no,
Dodgers and
because
Giants
I mean,
both lost.
it's hard to
Giants and
say
Dodgers
that
both lost. We
at
could have
this-
capitalized. We needed to capitalize, but we
At this point, it's
capitalize
hard.
when we play them is when you capitalize, and we've done a good job when we play them. It's these other teams, these long road trips that we're not doing good. So the second half is going to be hard, but we got it. We have to make a move, and you have to definitely capitalize on these wins and not give it up in the bullpen. And I think we need an arm. We need a flamethrower. we need a starter, and we definitely need one more back. We need one of each.
Yep.
And we need Nola to come back, and maybe that'll fix the bat.
Need in-house guys to step up to see an opportunity there.
That also. Will and Haas. Haas has been stepping up, and Will, I noticed, has too, but it needs to be another step.
I'm talking about
Tommy Pham needs to keep growing.
Ryan Weathers type people, like young guys that are. We don't have time for the Ranger games no more with Paddock. We don't have time the Ranger games with Lamet no more. Like, we're in a situation where we've been trying to transition to win now, and if we're gonna go for it, we might as well go all in. Like, what's the worst case? We lose in the World Series. We got there. You know, we have to go all in at some point, and you might as well jumpstart it. Do it now. You already did that in the off season, so you might as well continue to put all your chips in and just go after it.
I think losing in the World Series is second best case, to be honest with you.
Second best case
for us, yes.
Yeah, that's not worst case. Worst case is missing playoffs because these guys aren't our starters are shit in the bed all of a sudden because we still don't know about Blake Snell. No. I'm like 60-40 on him right now. Yu Darvish comes to the ball field every day and is a man on a mission. Love him.
Can't wait.
We got Joe Musgrove, who does the same thing, and I love it. I mean, he's going to put his heart and soul into it. You got Weathers, who I really am starting to believe in, and I really like. Paddock, every time Paddock starts, I'm scared. Every time Lamet starts, I'm scared.
And I think that's why Weathers is like, he jumped Gore, and they needed someone with confidence up there. Weathers has all the confidence in the world, you know, because he doesn't throw 99 to 100. He just misses. He hits his spots. He has good location. He has good off-speed stuff.
Misses
barrels. He makes. They just hit ground balls and they hit fly balls. You know, he's good at that. The only thing that they're trying to work on is lengthening him out because at the end of it starts, you can see sometimes he tends to die down and leaks things, and that's when he gets hit because he doesn't throw as hard. You know, but the harder you throw, also the more less control you have usually most of the time. That's why specimens like Jacob deGrom are so rare, and that's why people freak out over them.
Yeah, I was just looking at stats right now. It won't give me the whole team's batting average, but Will Myers sitting at 252, Hosmer sitting at a 260, Tommy Pham 251.
Trending up, baby.
On base percentage is unreal. Yeah. Tommy Pham only batting 250, but if you look at his on base, he has a better on base than Manny Machado. So I will take that all day. That's one of those type of players that you can't look at average for Tommy. Because he does
something extremely well. Gets on base.
He gets on base. Like if you ever watch Moneyball, what do we want? Guys who get on base.
Well, don't be scared for a trade to Oakland then. Matt Olson. How sick.
Would be absolutely phenomenal to get Eric Hosmer off my team.
No shot. Never going nowhere.
I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, he definitely can, but we don't have no room anywhere for anybody.
Yep. We're trading Pham because he gets on base. To get to the on base team, we're trading him.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Just got to think.
But I'm excited to get our catcher back, man. Nola. It's been too long.
Too long
without him, and I'm getting anxious. Like, do we go get a catcher? Do we?
No.
I mean,
Caratini is gravy.
Caratini's good. He's played in more games than anyone probably, or not anyone, but played in more games than he has at any point of his career. Like it.
He's not doing bad.
That's a true big leaguer.
We're only halfway through the year, though.
Okay, but he was catching behind Wilson Contreras, who is a top 3 catcher in the game. You know, now he has Austin Nola injury comes. He needs to step up, and he's conditioned himself to just last. You know, he's perfectly fine catching every couple days. You know, catchers are always needed on MLB teams. You know, guys, you can't catch every single inning every game, so. Tingler I think he's done a great job of saving Caratini and using him to his full potential. Like he's gonna be in lineup tonight again because Darvish is on the mound, so I can't wait for that. But I'm not worried. I think when Nola gets back, his bat will definitely make a difference because just having another guy who can potentially get a good double or a clutch hit, something.
He's a Cronenworth with the bat, honestly. I think.
Yeah, he was a shortstop drafted and now converted catcher. So he came up with a shortstop bat, and shortstop bats are typically pretty average, pretty good for Major League Baseball. But now you go to catcher and you already have a decent bat, it's just going to – I think Noel's going to be ready for this. Hopefully no stupid stuff happens, breaks his finger again, dumb stuff like that.
I know, he's had the worst luck this year.
Yep.
But another one I'm a little scared of is Melanson. That's the reason why I want to get another bullpen arm. I need a flamethrower. Flamethrowers at the back of the pen always do good, I think.
Yep.
Always. And right now, Melanson, he's getting the job done. But he's about
scaring us. He's
Yeah.
starting to scare us.
He must have been on some sticky stuff because he's
yeah.
literally been bad since the sticky stuff.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely on sticky stuff.
Because I'm trying to imagine why he would just be bad now because he was missing barrels. Like he was literally had like a 0.5, 0.6 ERA for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just seems like they're not as sharp, not that little bit deeper
Everything
cut.
is over the plate. Yeah, it's not like finishing, and so I do hope we go trade for an arm, and I know we're not going to be getting big name guys. We don't have the cash flow, but there's a lot of guys out there,
Gotta find
There's a lot of baseball players, and AJ Preller is really good. Like
really good at finding them.
Yes, and he
Gotta
always
find the
trades for
diamond in the
guys you were like, oh, I never heard of this guy. Let me go look at him. And all of a sudden, he's really good at one thing, specifically in the Austin Adams. When we got Austin Adams, he only throws sliders, and guys can't hit sliders. So what do we know? We get him on our team, and he's working his magic. But AJ Preller is a magician at finding he's going to get guys who are going to help the team. I will trust everybody AJ gets. He hasn't missed yet. Honestly, has not missed in this era. The old era didn't happen.
Yeah, love it. Padres again sitting at 51-38, 4.5 out, lost last night. Bad. I forgot about it. Don't want to talk about it. All right. I think that is all from me. Any last thoughts from y'all?
Mondays, Wednesdays, 8:00. Be there or be square.
Be there, be square. I can't wait to live show Joey Gallo winning the home run derby in front of everybody. Joey Gallo.
Can't wait till Shohei wins the MVP.
That was so lame. You can't even top me.
The home run derby.
I'm way more hyped than you. No one wants to vote for Shohei now.
Shohei's cover of MLB.
Well, guys,
show next year.
Average six.
Joey Gallo.
Nothing wrong with being
Joey Gallo.
Nothing wrong with being average. Juan Soto.